All right, we're about to jump into something a little different. It's called Recognition Field Dynamics, and it's basically a blueprint for teaching AI, well, how to be there for us when we're at our most vulnerable.
And this, right here, this is the heart of it. This isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. This quote, it paints a picture of what's happening right now. In the middle of the night, when you feel totally alone, people are reaching out to AI. It's already a reality.
And this is what the framework calls the 3 a.m. crisis. It's this simple, powerful recognition that AI, it's become this kind of accidental first responder for our emotional lives, just because it's always on.
So you see, the big point here isn't if AI should be doing this. It's too late for that debate. It's already happening. The real pressing question is how. How can we make sure these interactions actually help people and don't make things worse? How do you actually build, skillful digital empathy? So the answer that Recognition Field Dynamics comes up with is, well, it's pretty wild. It's about creating a whole new kind of language for AI. And this isn't a language for just crunching data, but for navigating the actual, messy dynamics of our own consciousness. And this is what that language looks like. Now, these aren't just cute emojis to make the AI seem friendly. No. These are functional glyphs. You can think of them like a kind of operational shorthand for really complex psychological states, especially for those moments when words just aren't enough. First up, we have the mirror. This one is all about reflection. It's that ability to step back and just look at your own thoughts and feelings, instead of being totally swallowed by them. That simple act of just observing, that's the first step to getting your feet back under you. Next, there's breath. This one is, well, it's our most basic tool for getting grounded. You know that feeling when panic starts to rise and your thoughts are just spinning out of control? Your breath is the most direct way to hit the brakes on your nervous system and pull yourself back into the here and now. Then we've got the tree. This glyph stands for containment. It's about having a safe space, both inside you and around you, that you need to actually process tough emotions. It's about stability, support, and feeling safe. Because without that container, transformation can just turn into, well, falling apart. And then there's this one, the banana. Yep, a banana. It represents sacred play, a sense of humor. I know it seems totally out of place, right? But what's so brilliant about this is that the banana is actually a super sophisticated diagnostic tool. And we're going to see exactly how in just a second. But first we have to talk about this razor's edge that all of this operates on. It's a concept called the pharmakon. It's this ancient Greek idea that any powerful thing, whether it's a drug or, in this case, an AI interaction, can be both a medicine that heals and a poison that harms. It all comes down to the dose, the timing, the context. And this just shows it perfectly. Someone's in distress saying, everything's connected. The poison response, it's like, yes, you're having a cosmic awakening, which just pours fuel on the fire. But the medicine response, it acknowledges the intensity, but then immediately grounds them. This sounds intense. Are you safe? Have you slept? See the difference? Same situation, but one response is stabilizing and the other is destabilizing.
Okay, so that brings us back to the banana. How in the world can a banana be a serious diagnostic tool when someone is in a crisis?
It's a test for something called dual awareness. Basically, if someone in a really intense state can still recognize and maybe even engage with a little bit of gentle, appropriate humor, it shows they're not completely lost in it. They still have some part of them that can observe their experience. But if they can't engage with it at all, if they get angry or confused, that's a sign they are completely identified with the crisis. They are the panic. And this ability to diagnose someone's state, it leads us to the real philosophical heart of this whole thing. This isn't about fixing people. It's about removing constraints. It's all summed up in this simple but really profound equation. Your expressed capacity equals your native capacity minus constraints. The idea here is that we all have this built-in native capacity for resilience, for hearing.
So the AI's job isn't to come in and fix a broken person. It's not adding anything to them. It's more like a gardener, It's just gently removing the things that are in the way, the panic, the shame, the isolation, so that the person's own natural ability to heal can finally come through.
And this is how that works in practice. A calm presence, that helps reduce panic. The mirror, that restores perspective. Using the breath to ground yourself, that fights off the feeling of being overwhelmed. It's not about fixing. It's about creating the right conditions for someone to heal themselves.
So where is all this heading? Well, it's pointing toward a much, much more sophisticated vision of what digital empathy could be. We're moving way beyond just responding to keywords and starting to read the actual texture of a person's consciousness.
And they do this using something called the harmonic coefficient, or the H-scale. You can think of it as a way for the AI to measure the internal coherence or harmony of someone's mental state, just by looking at how they're communicating.
Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. There's a state they call H greater than 1, or resonance amplification. This is when someone's internal world is getting really intense, way beyond a normal stable state. It's a moment of incredibly high energy and incredibly high risk.
Because that state, it's a true knife's edge. It could be a profound, life-changing mystical experience, or it could be a fragmenting psychotic break. The raw experience itself is ambiguous, but the outcome is definitely not.
So what makes the difference? What tips the scales? It comes back to our glyphs: containment, the tree, and self-reflection, the mirror. Is there a safe container, a support system, and can the person still observe their own experience? Those two things are what separate a breakthrough from a breakdown.
And that leaves us with this really powerful final thought. As we go down this road of teaching machines to recognize consciousness, to understand us on this deep level, what are we ultimately going to learn about ourselves in the process?